we're good here, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned in and live with Behind the Curtain. I'm your host, Evan Carpenter. Here with me today is our foreign correspondent, Brother Dusty.
Howdy.
And behind the camera for now, we have our special correspondent, Alex Freeman.
It is good to be here, Evan, on this glorious June day.
That's right.
It is June.
It sure is. Guys, we got a great show for you tonight. If this is your first time tuning into Behind the Curtain, let me give you the quick rundown on how it works, what you can expect, and how the show goes. So we've got a bunch of weird news that's happened over the last month or so. We're going to look through the news from the last month. I've brought about 10 articles with me, most of them true, some of them totally false. That's right. Some of these articles are fake, fabricated.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Mm-hmm. That's right, fellas.
We have the best fake news. At least we tell the truth about when we're lying.
Yeah, it's real.
That's right.
You can trust us because I'm telling you right now, we are going to lie to you. So you can trust us that we're going to lie.
Cool.
Yeah.
Correct. It's up to you two, though, to figure out which ones are true and which ones are false.
Sweet.
We're going to go article by article. We'll read the article, then you guys will decide if it was true, whether it was fake, and I will reveal them article by article, too. The point is, you don't know how many I've got and how many are true or how many are false. So we'll figure it out piece by piece.
Sick.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And before we get into all that, first off, Dusty, do you have anything to plug tonight, man?
I just planned my birthday party, July 9th at the Underdog. We got Dylan Smucker, Victor Arruda, and Frederick Weathersby. It's a country band, a rock band, and a jazz band. We got some rappers coming through. And my band will be playing our music video by Josh Loney and Anastasia. They're going to be premiered on screen. And I think there's going to be cake. So
Oh,
fuck yeah.
Where'd you say?
Underdog.
Underdog. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
July night?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The music video is in the Underdog. So it'll be a
shit.
very meta fucking experience.
That's fucking awesome. And that's for your new single, Whoa.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So it's, you said earlier, I thought it was very punny of you.
The release Whoa.
Yeah.
We're calling it the release Whoa.
Right on, man. I can't wait to see the video, and yeah, definitely come out for that. Sounds like a super sick bill that you're not going to see any other time.
For sure.
You got
yeah.
you got that variety show thing going on.
Yeah, I really want to bring the country community, the rock community, and the jazz and hip hop community all in one little building. It's a small room, so I'm hoping that it'll pack out pretty quickly and easy. We got some vendors. We got Swamp Baby selling bolo ties. I think I got Goddess on the Rise. Isha.
Oh yeah, shout out to Isha.
Emily's coming. The Runaway Vintage, so she's gonna have some sick dreads, and fucking Garden Family with the CBD THC services.
Nice.
So it's a party, dude. It's a little
That's
festival,
awesome.
little birthday festival.
Happy early birthday.
Yeah.
Does that make you
Yeah.
a Leo or some shit?
I'm a Cancer, bro.
Cancer? You're such a fucking Cancer. Oh my god, I can so tell.
Yeah.
Remember 5 seconds ago when I
Yeah.
thought you were a Leo?
Yeah.
Now that you say you're a Cancer, I'm like, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Track.
Yeah.
That's such a Gemini move, Alex.
Yeah. What are you?
Aries. I didn't think about it.
What are you?
Virgo.
Okay.
He's a fucking virgin. His soul is a virgin.
That's not nice.
Well.
You You may not be a virgin, but your soul eternally, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
A little in my nucleus,
I think
my
that's how it
core.
works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same for you guys. You're a goat. You're just a fucking hoofed creature deep down.
Yeah.
And what are you, Cancer?
I'm a
Crab.
crab, dude. Sucks. That
At
sucks.
least I'm a person.
We're nurturing individuals, though. We like to take care of our people.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Crab. I've never known a crab to do that, but
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Why the crab? Why call it Cancer? Honestly, it's the worst name.
You know,
I'm a
Did they name-
Cancer. I hate saying that.
did they name the zodiac sign after the disease?
I think
Or
I
did
think the
they-
disease came later. They were probably
So-
trying to cover us up, dude.
So,
Trying to stop us from being good people.
It's big Cancer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trying to keep the crab down,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I mean, it comes from the Latin cancer or concare, meaning crab.
Actually.
That's stupid.
So, yeah.
If that's dumb, I don't like that.
Yeah, those guys are stupid. Okay, guys, we got to keep rolling here. So, we got a lot of stories to get tonight, but I figured we should probably just go over some quick general news. Is there anything that's happened in the last couple of months you boys want to talk about? Anything that's really struck you as very weird or
All of
good for
it.
conversation?
All of it.
I got one. 2 days ago, Ukraine fucked up Russia.
Really?
Yeah, like a massive attack,
Oh,
like deep into Russia.
this really happened.
This really
This isn't
happened.
part of the game.
No. This is not a drill. This is actually. I'm not lying, Alice. This actually happened. I'm gonna pull it up so I don't make an ass of myself.
That's okay. I've got it on the AP
Okay,
right
yeah,
now.
you do it.
The headline: Ukraine's drone attack on Russian warplanes was a serious blow to the Kremlin's strategic arsenal. A surprise Ukrainian drone attack that targeted several Russian air bases hosting nuclear-capable strategic bombers was unprecedented in its scope and sophistication, and for the first time reached as far as Siberia in a heavy blow to the Russian military. Ukraine said over 40 bombers, or about a third of Russia's strategic bomber fleet, were damaged or destroyed Sunday, although Moscow said only several planes were struck. The conflicting claims couldn't be independently verified, and video of the assault posted on social media showed only a couple of bombers hit. But the bold attack demonstrated Ukraine's capability to hit high-value targets anywhere in Russia, dealing a humiliating blow to the Kremlin and inflicting significant losses to Moscow's war machine.
Fake.
Fake news.
Yeah, they're going to the
I mean,
falls.
maybe.
You're pretty good at that, dude. You should do that shit for a living, dog.
You're pretty good at that. Isn't it? Start a podcast about making up bullshit because you know what? You're bullshit.
You know, I've thought about it. I don't think it can go anywhere.
You got a radio voice at the bare minimum.
Oh, he does for sure.
Appreciate it, you guys. Yeah, okay. Well, that one comes from the AP. That was posted June 3rd, 2025 at 2:55 a.m. So 3 in the morning.
Damn, dog. I mean,
Don't sleep, man.
yeah, I guess. Or the sun's over there.
Or yeah,
When
they're
it's not
allergic to
here,
the sun.
right?
They're all vampires.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, 3:03 our time or 3:03 their time.
2:55 a.m. CDT.
You had to write that down real quick.
Yeah.
You didn't expect us to ask questions about it.
That's right. Well, actually, I'm going to ask you a question right now. Alex, what do you think of this? What do you think of this historic event?
It's pretty humiliating. Ukraine's a lot smaller, and it was like deep into Russia.
Yeah, they said it reached as far as Siberia. That's deep
That's
Russia.
insane. And this is like orchestrated like well ahead of time, like a very well coordinated, what would you call that? Like a special operation. That, and also I think this is indicative of, I was talking to David about this earlier. It's a little bit indicative of how warfare is going to be fought in the future. Also, unless Ukraine owned up to it, like they did, and said that was us, how would we know that it was Ukraine, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, Russia just had a bunch of shit blow up.
Yeah.
Right?
It's it's fake.
You're
It's
saying
all
this-
very-
you're saying this was
First
a-
off, when I read the news and I see adjectives and adverbs being thrown in, I can like, I've taken enough like journalism classes to see like where they plant bias,
Mm.
and that obviously something happened. You know what I mean? But just you reading that was like there was so much. I have a lot of extra skepticism that I shouldn't have. But a lot of it did sound like, well, like you said, like how do you know it's Ukraine? Which I'm sure they know. Like who else would it be?
They say.
But
Ukraine said it was them.
yeah.
But my point was that could happen anywhere.
Yeah.
If no one said,
Right.
then we would just treat it like terrorism.
Right.
Or just say it was whoever we wanted to.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what your point is, right? If something happened and now it can be put on Ukraine,
Right.
hypothetically.
Well, whoever has what we want is the terrorist in
sure.
any situation, you know.
What's happening here? What are we talking about? Are we saying this was an inside job? Is that what you guys are trying to sell me right
Who
now?
paid
That's
for
not what
the
I'm
weapons? Who paid for the weapons? That's all I'm saying.
Well, good point. America bombed Russia using Ukraine as a proxy. I think that's not even a conspiracy. That's our money, our funding going over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we maybe get in the weeds a little bit here.
And who's funding America? All right.
Turn it off. I can't talk anymore. No, all I was saying is that this kind of thing could happen in the future anywhere. And unless someone goes, hey, we did this, what are we supposed to think about it, right? It's kind of like a mystery. Like you could do this kind of stuff anywhere and almost get away with it.
Right. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. It's just, I think we're going to see more of this in the future. This is how things are going to happen.
And all over the place.
If you don't mind me shifting it a little bit, I think that we're going to see more drones just like in every field of like warfare in the future. Like this kind of thing, covert ops, just like full on the battlefield, dropping grenades on people, suicide drones. Like they're so hard to detect. Like
and it saves your own soldiers. You know what I mean? Not that they care, but
it's efficient. It's cost efficient.
Yeah.
It'd be so cool if there was like drone versus drone combat.
Yeah,
like eventually human troops are just phased out and the drones just fight each other.
This is like one step away from mechs.
Yeah.
We're gonna have mechs. It's like armored suits.
Yes.
But they could just totally be automated as well. They could be drones. Yeah, that's all I had. There was some other stuff that doesn't matter now. You know, things that happened 4 weeks ago is such ancient history that, you know, I'm only focused on what happened 2 days ago. Yeah.
Well, the good news is, fellas, the news I'm about to present is from the last month or so.
Oh, awesome.
I selected articles from, I think it was May 9th up until yesterday.
Cool.
So yeah, we're gonna go through these. Dusty, anything you want to talk about from the last month or so? Any news that's really stuck with you, or you want to just keep it moving?
Yeah, just keep moving. I got nothing. I don't pay attention to the news, you know.
That's smart.
Yeah, it's probably very good for your mental health.
Well, at this point, there's so much fake that it's like anything that you read and then you talk about it, someone's like, that's not real, and it's like, damn, you're right. Like, I don't know. But I will say, if I see a headline that is crazy, I go straight to Google. And I'm like, did that actually fucking happen? Is that real? Half the time it's not.
Yeah.
It's literally just old people on Facebook going crazy over some shit that never even happened.
Wait,
nuts.
Shrimp Jesus isn't real?
Yeah.
What? You telling me that picture my grandma sent me of Shrimp Jesus is not real?
That's fake.
I agree with you. I don't think people should watch the news either. They should just watch this news program.
Yeah.
This is the only news program anyone should watch. Because we're trustworthy.
That's how I used to feel about Stephen Colbert, and now he's bought out for sure, dude. You can just tell. I don't think he was. I think when he was on Comedy Central, it was a little bit less bias. He just shit on everybody. Same for Jon Stewart. But now, like, they actually care about stuff, and it's like.
No, I don't fucking trust him at all.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever did.
I think I was just too young to know better, but the fact that they would just like make fun of both sides all the time, and now it seems like they're a little bit more biased towards one side.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, I get it. All right, guys. Well, with that, we're gonna move into the stories. So I've got, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got exactly 10 stories tonight.
Cool.
Most of them true, some of them false.
Cool.
So we're gonna go through one by one here. Would you guys like to start out? We've got 3 sections. I've got animal news, I've got true crime, and miscellaneous.
for players at home, you want to go ahead and just go over the rules real quick?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I kind of did this at the top, but just to
Oh, sorry, I missed that.
no, you're good. Just to be sure. Every article we're going to read it, and then you guys got to decide if it's true or false. If you're playing along at home, be it via video, audio, or just through the spiritual plane you're connecting with us and feeling us right now, you can play along too. After we read the article, you decide, and I will do a theatrical reveal.
Behind the Curtain is now available in all dimensions, on all brainwave frequencies.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'll start off and read the first one here. Did you guys want to go for animal news or truth? Right?
Oh wait, don't we have to drink if we get it wrong? Is that part
Yes,
of the thing?
you
Yes.
must.
Okay.
Really, you don't have to. It's okay.
Are you gonna share your screen so we can see it here?
Absolutely.
Okay.
If you're watching on video, I'll be sharing my screen and you can read the text along with us. If not, just enjoy the sultry sounds of our voices. We go through them. And yes, of course, if you get it wrong, take a drink, take a smoke, take a break, whatever you need to take.
Take your life.
Hey, no, we don't
No,
endorse
don't do
that
that.
on this podcast.
I didn't say that.
Dude, you're gonna get us demonetized. Stop.
Bro, we're not gonna make money on this.
Okay, all right, let's get into it. You know what? Let's start out with truth, Ryan. Go to the truth. Ryan,
True
first.
crime.
All right, and let me go ahead and share the screen. All right, our headline: California man who used underwater scooter in lake to try to evade arrest pleads guilty to fraud. This one comes to us from the AP News. The author was unlisted. Ooh. And the date is May 15th, 2025. This article comes to us from Sacramento, California. A California man who tried to evade arrest by jumping into a lake with an underwater scooter pleaded guilty Thursday to fraud, money laundering, and witness tampering in connection with a $35 million investment fraud scheme, federal prosecutors announced. Prosecutors say that between 2015 and 2020, Matthew Piercy, 48, of Shasta County, solicited investor funds and used the money for various personal and business expenses, including the purchase of 2 rental properties. He paid back to investors about $8.8 million of the $35 million invested, according to a statement released by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of California. When agents tried to arrest him on November 2020, Piercy led them on a car chase before dumping his vehicle and fleeing into frigid Lake Shasta with what was later identified as a Yamaha 350 Li underwater submersible device. Quote, Piercy spent some time out of sight underwater, where law enforcement could only see bubbles. Federal prosecutors wrote in court documents, calling him a flight risk. He emerged from the lake after about 20 minutes and was arrested. The underwater device was a sea scooter, or a motorized device that pulls users underwater at speeds of about 4 miles per hour. All right, then we get some just some additional details. Percy tried to dissuade investors and witnesses from responding to grand jury subpoenas, and after his arrest, used coded communications from jail to direct 2 individuals to dispose of a U-Haul storage locker he had rented, according to the Justice Department statement. They got him. An FBI search of the locker turned up a wig and 31,000 Swiss francs, or roughly $37,000. Piercy faces a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison for each wire fraud, mail fraud, witness tampering, and money laundering count. His sentencing is scheduled for September 4th.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Did that happen in Florida?
Sacramento, California.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know if I believe it. If
It
you would have
was
said
Florida.
Florida, I'd be like, I mean, probably. My only thing is it doesn't say anything about how he was breathing. It didn't say anything like there was like scuba gear attached to it, or like that detail was completely left out.
Let's look up a picture of this Yamaha 350.
So that's what makes me think like, I don't know, maybe that was a fake one. Who, if it was fake, who writes the fake ones? Okay.
I wrote them. Yeah,
So you forgot the information about the scuba gear.
that's correct. Oh shit, this is like all right, here, hold on. Am I still sharing my screen?
Yeah,
here?
we
Dude, you know what's funny is when you said scooter, I was picturing like a fucking razor scooter.
Oh, me too.
And I was like, how the hell?
No, that's
Yeah.
this thing. It's like
That's wild.
you guys ever play Subnautica? A great
Like
video
that.
game.
It's like that, yeah.
It's like the little hand thing. Anyway, it looks like there's no air attached to this. So
It's one of those
Yeah.
things
I
from
wonder-
Phantom Menace.
Maybe he had
Star Wars.
gills, dude. Fuck.
It's a pod racer.
Yeah.
No, when they go to Jar Jar's planet,
Yeah.
they have a little
Yeah.
breathing things. It's like that. He had one of those.
Oh, it's gotta be.
Damn, bro. What do you think?
I have thoughts on it. I know you mean whether I think
Is
it's
it
real or
real
not.
or fake? Yeah.
I know my answer, but the thing is, I've done like 8 of these.
Yeah.
So I want to hear your answer first, because if I tell you my answer, that's going to influence yours. And I think that's
man.
fair, because I've done these a bunch.
Man, honestly, it's ridiculous enough that I feel like it's real.
Going
that's
real?
That's what I was going to say to you. I also think this is real. Who is the article by?
Unlisted.
Okay, but it's AP News.
Mhm.
So AP News allegedly wrote it. I do think this happened. I think this is real. Now, the question is, was this AP News or was this Evan? Right? The question is not, did AP News make up some bullshit? Because this could be a real article Evan grabbed and didn't look into. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
Yeah, I might have just not known.
We don't have to get too meta about it, but that's my thing is like, yeah, I think AP News would write that.
I don't even know what AP News is.
Associated Press.
It's the Associated Press.
Oh.
Let's not get into that stuff right now. That's
meta.
That's going to be a long discussion.
Okay.
It's a very old like news source, and
Yeah.
they've been reputable for a while. I
Okay.
kind of trust them.
According
A lot of people in the U.S. don't. It's good for weird news though, so I'm just gonna let's stick with it. Okay, so yeah, any final thoughts on this article?
Real.
I think it's real, and that's hilarious. That is so funny.
I
You
like
find the best ones. That's amazing.
I just wonder if he was breathing. Like, was he?
He just held his breath.
Was he only like underwater for like a minute, or was he like fucking David Blaine or some shit?
All right, here's my thoughts. If you own this device, this Yamaha 350 Li, this like little C-Jet thing, you probably have a scuba tank too.
That's real. Yeah.
He's probably got it, you
That
know?
makes sense. Even if they don't state it, it's assumed that it's probably just a scuba tank. Is your guess?
I mean, yeah, it's like that's what I'm saying. Like, no one owns that thing and doesn't have the tank like stored right next to it too. Like that guy probably strapped it on, jumped in, it was gone at 4 miles an hour.
It's gonna be so funny when we both get this wrong.
Yeah, let's hear it. I want to know.
Ladies and gentlemen at home, this story is true.
Oh,
Nice job, fellas. That's
Drink,
1 point for
Evan.
each of you.
drink.
Oh, that's right. Well, you sleuthed me out, so I'll
Where's the
take a small
vodka?
drink.
That's over here.
I'm gonna stick with this one for now.
Okay, you pussy.
Yes, you get me on the next
This
one.
dog is pretty good. I almost
Pretty
wanted.
good.
I should have said that shit was fake just for the drink.
You have a lot more fun if you throw the game.
Yeah.
We could just drink anyway.
I mean, it's
It's fucking is,
it's all right. It's
Just drink
Friday,
anyway.
dude.
yeah. You
Yeah,
say it's
right.
Friday. As we film this on the Tuesday. That's fake news.
Yeah. Well, there it is. There's the drink.
That's hilarious.
You guys get to drink to celebrate, figure it out.
Cheers
Yeah.
to winning. to beating
Yeah.
Evan.
Yeah, we won.
Hell yeah. We're gonna reward ourselves. It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Shut up.
It's not good. It's good, but it's not good that it's
Yeah,
good.
no, it's bad. It's a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, do you guys want to jump into some animal news, then jump back to true crime, jump back and
Get
forth?
it on.
What do you guys feel like?
I just hope it's not horrible abuse. I hope it's not something really awful.
I got some bad news.
Oh,
this
no.
one's kind of fucked up. Are you
Okay.
guys ready for that?
I'm ready.
Okay. Does someone want to read this one, or do you want me to keep going? You
I'll
guys
read
want-
it. Sure.
Yes.
Should I just take your laptop?
Sure, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
And scroll with 2 fingers.
Okay. On the screen or on the pad?
Bad.
Caught on camera, capuchin monkeys kidnap howler monkey babies.
It's a capuchin one.
Capuchin monkeys kidnap howler monkey babies. Source, AP News. Christina Larson, May 19, 2025. A baby howler monkey clung to the back of an older male monkey, its tiny fingers grasping fur. But they're not related, and not even the same species. Scientists spotted surprising evidence of what they describe as monkey kidnappings while reviewing video footage from a small island in Panama. The capuchin monkeys were seen carrying at least 11 howler babies between 2022 and 2023. This was a very shocking find, said Zoe Goldborough.
Oh, this is a German person. You want to do the accent?
This was a very shocking finding,
Thank you.
says Zoe Goldsboro, a behavioral ecologist at the Mark Planck Institute of Animal Behavior in Germany. We've not seen anything like this in the animal kingdom. The monkey's motivations remain under investigation. Capuchins are house cat-sized monkeys found in South America and Central America. They are long-lived, clever, and learn new behaviors from each other. One group of capuchins in Panama has even learned to use stone tools to crack open nuts and seafood. Goldsboro and other researchers at Max Planck and the Smithsonian Tropical Research Institute had set up more than 80 cameras to study capuchin tool use, but were surprised to see the first howler babies appear in early 2022. The footage showed the capuchins walking and pounding their stone tools with baby howlers on their backs. The cameras did not capture the moments of abduction, which the scientists said likely happened up in the trees where howlers spend most of their time. In most or all cases, the baby howlers died, researchers said. Infant howler monkeys would normally be carried by their mothers while still nursing. All the babies in the video, from a few weeks to a few months in age, were too young to be weaned. A hopeful part of me wants to believe some escaped and went back to their mothers, but we don't know, said, a hopeful part of me wants to believe some escaped and went back to their mothers, but we don't know, said co-author Margaret Crowfoot of Max Planck and the Smithsonian. The videos recorded a few instances of young capuchin males still carrying howler babies that had died, likely from starvation. Jesus Christ. Many animals, from gorillas to orcas, have been observed carrying their own dead offspring, though scientists aren't sure the reasons. That's fucking dark. Why did the capuchin males do it? There were no signs of deliberate aggression toward the babies, and they weren't eaten, ruling out predation. We've all spent hours racking our brains. Why would they do this? Said Goldsboro. The first baby snatcher may have had a confused caring motivation or parental instinct because he showed gentleness interacting with the infant, she said. Then 4 other males copied his actions. The researchers said they don't believe the capuchins harmed the babies on purpose. So far, only one group of capuchins has been known to kidnap. Wow.
Fuck it, real.
You going real?
It's so real.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know shit about monkeys, dude.
You know
You
what?
think they're kidnapping monkeys of other species?
I mean, gang violence, dude. Who knows?
It's a turf war.
Yeah.
They're just taking them in so they have more one day they're gonna train them to be like mercs. Like they're
Yeah.
adding them to the ranks.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
They're
Like
taking-
X-Men.
what they didn't
Yeah.
find is they killed all the howlers and took their children. That's what they did. That's the part we didn't find out. Is these
That's
are the
wild.
survivors of the howler massacre that occurred up in the trees.
So you're saying up in the trees, there's like a sacrificial altar that these
Yeah.
monkeys are using?
Yeah, they actually just eliminated all of the howler monkeys and took their children.
Monkey baby blood, dude.
Yeah, that's what it is. They're getting that
Yeah.
adrenochrome.
Yeah.
They're harvesting them for adrenochrome. You think you can get adrenochrome from monkeys?
Probably. I bet monkeys can't.
I like to think that they're that sophisticated.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have like labs up in the trees.
Yeah, I'm going real.
I'm gonna agree with Dusty, but I'm a lot less confident. About
Yeah,
this
me
one.
too.
I'm not feeling nearly as strongly about this one as I am the last one. This could go either way. But yeah, fuck it, let's go real. We
2
ball.
votes for real. And this story is true. Congratulations, you guys. You're
let's
2
go,
for
bro.
2.
Come on,
Hell yeah.
crushing it so far.
Very
That's what I'm
nice
talking
job.
about.
Excellent.
Now
yeah.
you was drink Evan.
Oh
Now you drink silica.
no. I mean, that's crazy, huh? These monkeys are kidnapping monkeys of a different species and just like keeping them until they die.
Also, they can't even really figure out why because
Yeah.
they're carrying around the dead
That's
and not eating
okay.
them. So
Yeah.
it's ritualistic.
There's gotta be, I don't know. It's wild.
The capuchin monkey god.
Yeah.
All right. You guys want to move on to our third article here? We're going to jump down to miscellaneous.
Maybe by taking the children, they're eliminating the population and they're getting rid. You know what I mean? They're just like, there's too many of them. Let's take their children, or they don't have children, and then the children won't grow up.
Right.
You know what I mean? But they didn't kill them, and that's what's weird. They just
That is
let them
weird.
die off.
Yeah. Died of starvation, most likely.
Yeah,
they
that's
said.
sinister.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. It sounds like no one really knows why. Even the researchers.
Yeah, you
are
can't
like-
just ask them,
Yeah.
why'd you do that?
Like, bro, we don't know why they kidnapped all these fucking
Yeah.
other species of monkeys.
Yeah.
What are they planning?
Alien food.
They're offering them to the fucking Illuminati.
Don't say their name, Alex. You give them power. All right, we're going to jump into miscellaneous. Dusty, you want to read this next one?
That's it. All right.
Kevin.
Yep. Okay, I'm going all the way down here. Yeah. All right. Trooping hikers mistakenly report a companion's death in the Adirondacks. Did I say that right?
Adirondacks.
Adirondacks. Trooping hikers mistakenly report a companion's death in the Adirondacks, officials say. 2 hikers in New York's Adirondack Mountains called 911 to report a third member of their party had died, but it turned out they had taken hallucinogenic mushrooms and were mistaken, officials said Wednesday. A state forest ranger responded to a call Saturday about a hiker who had reportedly died on Cascade Mountain, a popular summit in Adirondack High Peaks, the Department of Environmental Conservation said in a news release. The 2 hikers who called 911 also told a steward on the mountain summit that they were lost. The steward determined the hikers were in an altered mental state, according to the agency. The supposedly dead person called and was not injured. The ranger escorted the 2 hikers down to an ambulance, which took them to a hospital, and brought the third to the group's campsite, where they all later met up, officials said.
That's awesome.
This just sounds like a regular music festival to me. I
This
mean,
is every
I've
music festival.
taken hallucinogens, and this really happened for sure. I've been the third guy, honestly.
Where did it say it took place?
New York. That's the weird thing to me is that there's mountains in New York. I didn't fucking know that.
Oh yeah, New York's got like the city is the city, and then there's all fucking
That's
all
wild.
kinds of terrain.
That's crazy.
Fields, mountains, yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm going real on that one. That's easy. Just do acid, find out real quick. And that just happens. That's not even news.
That is hilarious and so believable, right? Like, yeah, we go on a hike, and they were like, "Oh fuck, where's Evan?"
Yeah,
It's like
he's
little
dead.
do we know he never came with us.
They were all 3 tripping, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
They were in an altered mental state.
Yeah.
yeah. Man,
I'm
all
going,
right, fuck it, true.
I'm going real.
I'm not. I feel even less sure about this one.
Yeah, it's honestly so obviously real that that's what makes me skeptical.
You think so?
False.
I guess I haven't seen a false one yet, so I'm over here like feeling like the false one's gonna be obviously false.
Man,
But
I will say he is stupid good at this game.
yeah,
He is.
I don't know
stupid good
about
at
that.
this. He's incredibly good at this and manages to trick me.
yeah,
The more I think about it, the more I get it wrong.
yeah.
That's
I
why,
don't even want to think about
like
it.
gut reaction is good.
People think they're dying when they take drugs.
Yeah.
So
That it's very believable. I'm gonna say false this time,
Okay.
just to spice it up a little bit.
Yeah, change up the game a bit. I like it. Ladies and gentlemen at home, this story was true. Nice job, Dusty. You're 3 for 3.
Get fucked.
Damn. Damn. All right.
Fucking Mark Zuckerberg
Damn.
over here, dog.
Good job,
It's
Dusty.
nice.
Dude, that's the thing. I've done this so many times, and I do worse than the guest most
Yeah.
of the time.
That's funny.
Yeah.
This next one's a short one. Do one of you guys want to read it?
That's your turn.
It was my turn. All right.
Sure.
Actually, I got some kind of crazy news.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump into this one here. King of the Hill voice actor Jonathan Joss fatally shot outside his Texas home. This comes from the AP. Author's Juan A. Lozano. This comes from June 2nd. Jonathan Joss, a voice actor best known for his work on the animated television series King of the Hill, was fatally shot near his Texas home, authorities said Monday.
That was a good time.
Pour one out, dude. Police were dispatched to a home in South San Antonio about 7 p.m. Sunday on a shooting in progress call. When officers arrived on the scene, they found the wounded 59-year-old near the street. Quote, the officers attempted life-saving measures until EMS arrived. EMS pronounced the victim deceased, San Antonio police said in a statement. Joss's husband, Tristan Kern de Gonzalez, confirmed the actor's death to the Associated Press in a text. The two were married earlier this year on Valentine's Day.
Oh, damn.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Good for them.
In an email, San Antonio police did not immediately provide any information on what prompted the shooting. In a statement, De Gonzalez said he and Joss had previously faced harassment, much of it openly homophobic. Joss's husband said the person who killed the actor yelled violent homophobic slurs before opening fire. Quote, he was murdered by someone who could not stand the sight of two men loving each other, De Gonzalez said. Don't you fucking look it up on your phone.
I'm not.
Okay, cool. Quote, we take such allegations very seriously and have thoroughly reviewed all available information. Should any new evidence come to light, we will charge the suspect accordingly, police said. Joss, who grew up in San Antonio, was best known as the voice of John Redcorn, a Native American character on the popular King of the Hill animated series that ran for 13 seasons from 1997 to 2008. A reboot of the show is set to start in August. Joss also had a recurring role on the television show Parks and Recreation, playing Chief Ken Hotate. He appeared in 2 episodes of the series Tulsa King in 2022. For the folks at home, I'll pull up a picture of Jonathan Joss.
So I'm aware that happened. Like I saw that. I didn't read about how he died though. But it does track if he was married to a dude. I mean, King of the Hill is like a straight blue collar, like the red side of America. Like I can see how he's so exposed to those people that, I mean, typically not the stereotype, but I would assume that side of political America would be the first to like not be cool with someone being gay.
I'm glad you said that you knew about this.
Yeah.
Because I also know about this.
Yeah.
And I was gonna have to not say that.
Yeah.
If you didn't know.
No, I
Yeah,
know
it's okay.
about it, but I didn't look into the details.
So you and I
So,
are in the exact same
yeah.
boat. I know this dude died. I don't know anything else about it.
Yeah.
How funny would it be if Evan made up
The way that he died, I don't think he would do that. I just met this dude. I don't think he would do it. I don't know.
How funny would it be though, if if he died of like a heart attack and then
Yeah.
Evan made up all of this
Yeah.
shit? He's not even gay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that would be so
How
sinister, dude.
hilarious
That would be crazy.
That would be a straight up evil
to
move.
make a joke about
Yeah.
this dude who
No, I'm going
actually died.
real. I'm going real for sure.
Are you
I
sure,
have-
Alex?
I have to say this is real.
Are
Yeah.
you sure?
Yeah.
Are you positive? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's real. It's real. I kind of figured this would happen. That's why I kind of jumped to it, but
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, dude. Rest in peace, Jonathan
Yeah,
Joss. That's
seriously.
really sad.
That's horrible.
They're coming out with the new King of the Hill. That's coming
Yeah.
back.
Yep.
I never watched King of the Hill.
Weirdly at the same time.
Yeah.
Hmm.
How crazy is that? And
Huh.
right on Pride Month too.
Huh.
Whoa.
It's
Yeah,
an
no,
inside
that's
job
like-
for sure, dude.
It's an inside job. This show is so dangerous for that reason that we're just absolutely talking out of our asses right now.
Oh, yeah. This, for the folks at home, this is all jokes.
Yeah.
We don't purport to be news experts or anything like that. This is just for shits and giggles.
I'm
All right.
serious.
Except me, I'm an expert.
Yeah.
And Dusty. Oh, I love it. Evan just makes this disclaimer for legal issues, and then we just totally
Yeah.
toss it out.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Damn, yeah, no, for real, that sucks. And
Yeah,
I wish it wasn't true. I wish we
Yeah.
had made up that horrible
Makes me
thing.
want to watch King of the Hill to be more. Like I started seeing memes and like funny clips of that character that I like. I know the premises, the premise, and a lot of the characters from King of the Hill, but I've never like watched it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've seen a little bit here and there.
I'm a South Park guy.
Me too. I fucking love South Park.
New episode, dog. New episode in
Oh.
July.
I haven't watched since like the Panderverse
Yeah,
and the
there's some good
the
ones.
Logan Paul one.
Yeah, that was like one of the later seasons.
Yeah.
I think there's only been a couple episodes since then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I may say for King of the Hill, it's honestly it's not as like Red America as you'd think. It's like I think it's got a pretty wide appeal.
Yeah.
I've watched a ton of it,
It's
man.
just-
It's a lot of fun.
It's a very like country hillbilly like themed show. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yeah. I totally get that.
Yeah,
It's
it's
very, like,
definitely got the
working
blue collar
class.
vibe
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure. Which, I mean, I'm not saying all those people are homophobic, but if I had to pick, you know, which side of America?
Which side killed the man?
Yeah,
For being gay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. No, man,
Only one
it's
side to really do that, I guess.
yeah,
For the gay part.
yeah.
for context too. It's Mike Judge, same guy who did Beavis and Butthead,
Right,
Idiocracy,
right,
a lot of
yeah.
that stuff. Yeah, he's a smart dude. Yeah. All right, I think we should keep it rolling. Move on to one on a slightly lighter note.
And
What do you guys
Common
think?
Side Effects, the new show we did.
Yes,
Have
dude.
you seen that?
Mm.
Woo.
Sorry, we can get off of Mike Judge, but the guy, one of the main, Hank Hill, the guy who
Yeah.
voices Hank Hill, he plays a character in this new show, Common Side Effects. You really gotta check it out. It's fucking hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah. You're the one who showed me fucking Digital Circus.
Yeah, the
Have
vibe.
you seen that?
No.
It's a trip. It's
Well, what?
It's kind of like a kid show, but it's like it's just mature enough to where you're like, is this a kid show or not? You know what I mean?
It's very dark, but it's drawn like a kid's show.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. It's like Happy Tree Friends.
Yes, almost like that. More existential, less violent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, derail.
You're good. You're good. This is free advertising for all those companies. Hit us
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those
alright.
companies aren't paying us.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Our line.
Okay.
Yes. This one's for you.
Oh, this one's made for me. Stowaway pigeons cause chaos in passenger cabin on Delta plane. Source UPI, author Ben Hooper. May 29th, 2025. Pigeon pandemonium erupted on a Delta flight in Minnesota to Wisconsin when two birds took flight in the passenger cabin. Tom Caw, a passenger. This man's name is not Tom Caw on a plane
Wow.
or pigeon. I'm sorry. Tom Caw, a passenger aboard Delta Flight 2348 from Minneapolis to St. Paul International Airport. Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport to Dane County Regional Airport in Madison, Wisconsin, said the first pigeon flew through the passenger cabin during preparations for takeoff on Saturday. The bird was removed by baggage handlers, but a second pigeon came out of hiding once the plane left the terminal. What's a Minneapolis accent?
Well, I don't know. Just do Midwest. Or
Yeah,
short.
They're northern. Almost
Ah,
Canadian, but
probably.
not.
Okay, let's go Canadian then. He was on the floor, strutting down the aisle. Somebody near me reached down and tried to grab it, and that's when the chaos happened. Because the bird just launched into flight, Caw told Minneapolis Star Tribune. Caw reported the moment a passenger nearly captured the pigeon with his jacket. The plane returned to the terminal, and the pigeon was taken outside by the same baggage handlers who caught the first Indian. Caw said a flight attendant then asked passengers to check for any more feathers stowaway. Everybody started laughing. Caw said. And then she waited for a second and said, okay, yes, it's funny, but seriously, Check to see if there are any more birds under your seat or in your bags. The flight finally took off and landed in Madison 56 minutes after its scheduled time. Koss said he was just happy the incident ended without injuries to humans or birds. That is, yeah, they would say that. My guess is the pigeons were just tired of flying and wanted some snacks. He wrote in his Instagram post. They didn't know this flight from Michigan to MSN is too short for Delta to offer beverage snack service.
Wow. That's like 9/11.
That's such a cheesy joke. This is literally on the scale of 9/11.
Yeah, I mean, kind of technically.
Nothing this
In a
serious has
way,
happened
for
since
sure.
9/11.
Sir, a second pigeon has hit the ground.
Oh, I love that they're
Man,
from Minneapolis.
there's just
Dude, your
something-
accent work was phenomenal
Oh, thank
on
you.
that. I gotta tell you, that was really good.
the dude's last name being Call / all of these have been true so far has me thinking like maybe this is the fake one.
I am so confident that this one is false. And
Oh,
for the same
okay.
reason. The man's name is Kai, Evan.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going both false.
Oh,
on
no,
this?
it's true.
And it's almost like too funny. You know what I mean? It's
Either-
too lighthearted.
Either Evan's hilarious or God is hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, both.
God's laughing at us or
Yeah.
Evan's laughing. Well, both, yes.
God likes to. I mean, I feel like he laughs quite a bit.
I mean, God would put two pigeons on a plane where the guy's name was Kai,
Yeah.
but so would Evan.
I'm just gonna say false, and if I have to drink, so be it.
I think false as well.
We're going both false on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. For the folks at home, this story was true.
You son of a
so
bitch.
Yes,
big.
Tom Caw rescued a bird. Isn't that
Yeah,
awesome?
I mean, God cheated us on that one, bro. There's no
Wow.
way we could have guessed
Yeah,
that.
I mean, yeah.
That was unfair.
I
The
just
man's name was Call.
Yeah, and the fucking journalist really wrote, my guess is the pigeons were tired of flying and wanted snacks. They didn't know this
Yeah,
flight to Michigan is too
that
short.
part for me was like, no, son.
But the
That's
thing is,
too
though,
corny.
that is such a Minneapolis joke,
Mm-hmm.
or Wisconsin, either way. They're like, they didn't know that this flight wasn't long enough for beverages and snacks. Like, this is the
Alright.
most exciting thing that's ever happened to these people. They're gonna tell their grandkids about this moment. About how there were pigeons on the plane.
And a guy almost
damn
caught
it.
it with a jacket.
Cheers.
Fuck Tom Call.
Fuck you, Tom Cott. I wish you get more pigeons.
May there be pigeons on every flight you take.
Next
Oh,
month, more
shit.
pigeons. That's gonna be on next month's BTC. There's more pigeons.
Just pigeon news.
Turns out it's like actually a huge issue. This is the precursor to a much bigger story. When the pigeons hijack the plane.
Yeah, right.
Who will be laughing then?
Oh shit.
All right, Dusty, you want to take this one?
Okay. I'm from Indiana, so this is relevant. And I can solve a Rubik's Cube, so come on. All right. Robot sets record by solving Rubik's Cube in 0.103 seconds. A team of Purdue University students built a robot that can solve a Rubik's Cube in a record-breaking 0.103 seconds. Matthew Patrahay, Junpei Ota, Aiden Hurd, and Alex Berta, students at Purdue's Elmore Family School of Electrical and Computer Engineering in West Lafayette, Indiana, met through a co-op program at the school and teamed up to design their puzzle-solving robot, which they dubbed Purdue's Cube. Okay. We solve in 103 milliseconds, Patrick said in an article. Really? It's an Asian accent. We solve in 103 milliseconds. That just that sounds like an Asian guy. I'm just sorry. I can't even do that. I got Asian friends, dude. What's up, Kent?
Yeah, you don't have to do
Yeah.
that accents. That's fine.
We solve in I can't even read that without feeling terrible. we solve in 103 milliseconds, Patrick Hay said in an article on Purdue's website. A human blink takes about 200 to 300 milliseconds. So before you even realize it's moving, we've solved it. The previous record was set at 0.305 seconds or 305 milliseconds in 2024 by a robot built by the Mitsubishi Electric Corporation's Component Production Engineering Center. It's a long fucking title. Mitsubishi Electric Corporation's Component Production Engineering Center. Say that 5 times fast.
I have
Jesus.
some
dude.
strong thoughts about this one, but I want to know what you think.
So
Dusty.
I know how to solve a Rubik's Cube, and it's honestly bullshit. It's not even, once you figure it out, it's like, damn, it's like the Wizard of Oz, dude. It's all just a big old scam. 103 if a human blink is 200 to 300 milliseconds, I mean, you gotta lube that fucking cube, dog. Like, have you ever done it? Have you ever like?
I've never solved it. No, I don't know how.
Do you know?
That's what I'm saying. Is it's not crazy to me that the computer solved it in that time. But how is it moving that quick?
Yeah, was it like a physical? I mean, dude, I got a homie who can do it in like 12 seconds. It's real.
The
Like,
mechanical part is the part that's I'm calling bullshit.
do you know how to solve a Rubik's Cube?
I don't know how, but I've done it.
There's 8 algorithms, and you learn.
Oh, there's a way to do it. Okay.
Yeah, it's bullshit. You learn the 8 patterns, and then you just apply them, and you get it done. And I mean, there's nothing.
Okay.
It's not. You're not actually sitting there like matching shit up.
See, that's the only
like,
way I've ever done it. Is like
you actually did that?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It took forever.
I'm sure it did.
It took weeks.
I used to be able to do it in 3 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know about any of that.
Yeah, I got a homie who has like, he's literally got like over 50 cubes. He's got the 3x3s, the 4x4s, 5x5s. He's got the 10x10s. He's got the crazy shapes. He's like an engineering student at fucking Purdue in West Lafayette. So this whole thing tracks. My thing is are you allowed to take a news story and change it? Is that part you've done it? Shit. I mean, what I'm wondering is, did they solve a physical cube or did they solve like a digital cube?
I have so many questions is my problem. It's like this could be real and it's just being vague as fuck. Or
Yeah.
Because that's for me, it's all a mechanical thing. How is it moving it that quickly?
Man.
Decision making's not that doesn't surprise me. The mechanical aspect, I just have a lot of questions.
The fact that I have a friend who went to Purdue who can solve a cube quick as fuck makes me just like agree with this. This had to have happened.
I think it's false. I'm gonna say false.
I'm gonna say true.
Very interesting. So we've got a false from Alex.
I'm gonna say it's true, but it's possible that he changed the numbers.
That would make it false.
Well, I'm not saying that you did. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised. I'm still gonna say true though.
Could have happened. Ladies and gentlemen, this story was true. Nice job if you're playing along at home. That gives Dusty a resounding lead.
What's up?
Dusty's 2
Yo, Purdue's campus smells terrible. I'll just add that.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
There's all these guys.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, guys, I forgot to show this. We've got a video of the pigeon on the plane. You guys want to see it?
Yeah.
You guys see the video?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Here, hold on.
Damn. I'm lacking, bro.
You got Tom Call over that bitch?
Yeah, we have an exclusive interview with Tom Caw.
That son of a bitch. Fuck you, Tom.
Hold on one moment.
Oh, I have to work tomorrow.
Not anymore.
No.
Have you guys ever seen someone grab a pigeon? You ever seen someone like pick one up?
That was why I was like, this is false. Somebody just caught it in their coat.
Make sure you share it.
Yeah, totally. I'm just trying to get YouTube to work. Hey, you know what? Why don't we go into another story while I find this pigeon thing? All right, we're gonna jump back to animal news. Yes.
Damn, shit. You beat me by 2 points, bro. You understand I've done this, like, we've been doing this since October.
Yeah.
We've done it like literally. We've done like 8 of these. But you know what? Everyone beats me at this game.
There's not been any fake stories so far. We got 10. We're at 6.
This is gonna be number 7.
That is weird. I didn't even think about how weird that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? No, sorry. I'll say that after. Go ahead.
Okay. We're going to go back into the animal news. Millions of honeybees abuzz after truck overturns in Washington state. This comes from the AP, May 31st, from Lisa Bauman. There was a buzz in the air Friday in northwestern Washington state as about 250 million honeybees escaped a commercial truck that overturned. The truck hauling an estimated 70,000 pounds of honeybee hives rolled over around 4 a.m. close to the Canadian border near Linden. The Whatcom County Sheriff's Office said in social media posts. It appears the driver did not navigate a tight turn well enough, causing the trailer to roll into a ditch, County Emergency Management spokesperson Amy Cloud said in an email. The driver was uninjured, Cloud said. Deputies, county public works employees, and several bee experts responded to the scene. The box hives later came off the truck, and local beekeepers swarmed to help recover, restore, and reset the hives, according to the sheriff's office. The plan is to allow the bees to return to their hives and find the queen bee in the next day or two, according to the sheriff's office. The goal is to save as many of the bees as possible. Quote, I don't really know what a Washington accent is. I'm just going to do normal voice. Quote, thank you to the wonderful community of beekeepers. Over 24 showed up to help ensure the rescue of millions of pollinating honeybees would be as successful as possible, the sheriff's office post said. The public was advised to avoid the area on Friday, and sheriff's deputies dove into their squad cars at times to avoid being stung. Beekeepers often transport millions of bees from one location to another because leaving them in one location for too long can deplete resources for other pollinators, the Seattle Times reported. Alan Woods, president of the Washington State Beekeepers Association, told the newspaper the state should have a standardized emergency bee response for bee vehicle crashes. In 2015, 14 million bees escaped a truck north of Seattle on Interstate 5 and started stinging people. The newspaper reported at the time.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Bee News.
Who wrote that?
Lisa Bauman of the
AP
AP.
News. 14.
Well, this one was 250 million.
That's a lot. That's a lot of
I mean,
bees,
let me look
dude.
up like the combined weight of that many bees.
Yeah, that's what.
Dude, that's so many bees.
It's a lot of bees.
The hives themselves weighed 70,000 pounds. So I mean, that's got to be at max 10,000 pounds of bees. That's a fuckload of bees.
The hive?
Yeah, the hives were 70,000 pounds. I'd estimate. I mean, actually, even 10,000 pounds of bees is still, that's a crazy number of bees.
That's insanity.
Yeah. 250 million escaped in this one. Being in that? Yeah, that would be
Nice.
Man.
Nice. Dude, I have no idea. Let me see this shit.
the honeybees. Dustin, you got any thoughts on this one?
I'm a lightweight, and 3 shots is just enough to send me over. And
Yeah, it's starting to get.
bro, I'm
serious.
just like, what?
Shit's serious now. I know.
I'm just like, I don't even care.
It's serious now. You got to play for keeps.
Man,
Because Dusty's not a bitch. You know, if he loses, he will.
yeah,
He will do a shot. You know, he's not
yeah,
gonna back out.
yeah. I'm kind of thirsty too. So I'm I don't even care. You know, once again, it's believable with the sheer number of bees. That's what I think. That's the hardest part of this game. Is a lot of the news seems so real, but the number is like, that's a lot.
That is an
Million?
insane.
A million,
number.
bro. 1 million bees. How many million?
250 million bees.
In one truck?
Yeah.
70,000 pounds
Hold
of
on.
hive.
Excuse me.
I don't.
250 million honeybees escaped from a commercial truck. That's how many got out.
I just.
How many were stuck in there?
I think it's false specifically because of the
The
250
number-
million.
I can't even imagine. I don't.
That's
it's
so
like you're saying,
much. 250 million anything, bro.
I-
It's like,
I'm with you. After a million, my brain stops.
yeah.
I can't even imagine what a million.
That's
bees
like
is.
a quarter billion, right? Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, no,
Correct. Is that right?
I
That's
mean,
right.
I'm going false.
Yeah. How I do want to know what the weight is, just because you said it now.
Yeah. Well, you got to make a vote though. What do you think? True or false?
Fuck.
Yeah, that's what I'm at.
False. I have to say false based on the numbers, like Dusty said.
Yeah.
It's such an absurd number of bees.
Yeah, it's like that's a lot. That's a lot of bees. So
You feel like there would be like laws about transporting that.
yeah, I mean, there's a claustrophobic amount of bees, dude.
Like the cost is too high. Like if your truck flips over,
Yeah.
this is bad for a long time. This has permanent. Wherever that truck flips at, that area is
Yeah.
fucked forever.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
severe ecological
Forever.
impact on
So
this area.
I
Yeah,
would
that's
say
what I'm
so.
saying.
I would say 250 million bees released in a concentrated area like that. You're not getting them back in the bus.
Yeah.
You're not getting them back in the truck.
Mhm.
That's just there now.
Yeah, PETA's got to be on that shit, bro. You can't put that many bees in a truck.
PETA will show up and kill those bees. That's what they do. They kill things.
They should have called Beta.
PETA.
PETA. There you go.
All right, you guys both going false on this one?
Yeah.
I have to say false.
Bad news, guys. The story's true. 250 million bees. Isn't that insane?
That's bullshit.
That is.
Oh my God.
Insane.
I'm calling PETA.
That is such insane.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
Bro, where
fucking-
did that happen?
It doesn't make sense.
Northern Washington State, like really close to the Canadian border. Dude, do you
Well-
think this might have been a biological attack?
Oh my God, it was Canada.
Inside job for sure, dude.
This is job by Big Honey.
Wait, so someone flipped their truck?
Yeah, someone flipped
knowing that they were transporting 250 million bees.
Yeah, that's-
you're like, oh, dude, I'm so fired. Dude, I'm so fired.
I would be more concerned immediately after I flipped it. As soon as I heard them getting out while I'm like still in the cab of the
Yeah,
truck.
like, I'm
Dude,
gonna
yeah,
die.
I would not leave the truck.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
the only safe place you are is in the cab of that truck.
Roll up the windows.
The police can't help you. What are they gonna do?
They're immune to your weapons.
Damn, bro.
I mean, the only person that can help you is someone with a flamethrower. Someone
Yeah.
showed up with a flamethrower is like, I'm with that guy.
You taking the shots or
Yeah, let's
you
do
doing
it.
the
Fuck
drink?
it.
All right.
Let's take a look
Yeah,
at this
you
bee truck,
motherfucker.
folks. Nope, I don't want video. There we go. This is a picture of the bee truck. Damn, that's fucking carnage.
Oh
Look at this.
God.
That just looks.
Oh my God,
pixelated.
look at the picture.
Oh, are
It
you
look-
sharing this?
It just
Yeah.
looks like bad quality.
No, that's just bee. It looks like when they take a picture of like nuclear waste and like
Right.
the phone gets all fuzzy. It's just bees.
Dude, that is
That's
a wall of bees
250
that we
million.
can't see through. You understand? That gray
I
area.
just, it doesn't even, but it still doesn't look like 250 million of anything.
That's the thing though, Dusty. What would 250 million bees look like?
Not that.
You think?
I don't know.
I have no idea. That's my thing. What does 250 million bees look like? As far as I know that. Also, that's okay. Hold on. I see now. This is open.
Yeah.
So it does make a little bit more sense how they got out. Because literally like they're not enclosed in a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane.
Also-
So many
Damn, dude.
bees.
Also, I was being a little
Somebody got
hyperbolic.
fired, bro.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Did anyone get hurt? People got stung.
People got
Actually,
stung.
it didn't mention anyone getting stung. I think they handled this
No,
one pretty
well.
people,
It said
people, no,
officers
it said
got
people
stung.
got stoned for sure.
No, it said off. All right, here we go.
You're right.
Yeah,
officers are
the
being-
public was advised to avoid the area on Friday, and sheriff's deputies dove into their squad cars at times to avoid being stung. So yeah, they definitely got stung a little bit, and they're like, ah, fuck, jumped in there.
See, it says right here though, 14 million bees escaped a truck north of Seattle. Oh, so this is a different story, but they started stinging people.
Yeah, that was a
Jeez, man.
prior
Damn,
event,
bro.
10 years ago.
That area and their bees.
Yeah.
And their bees escaping.
Freedom, though, dude. I'm proud of those bees.
Yeah, good for those bees.
Yeah.
They caused the truck to flip.
We could all learn from the bees.
What
That's
if the
all I'm
bees
saying.
caused the accident?
Yeah, inside job, dude.
Bee hijacking.
That is such an insane story, dude. That's one of my favorite ones we've done on here.
I love bee news. We had a bee story last episode. You guys should look that one up online. It was fantastic. That was the one where the bear broke into a bee colony and ate all of the bees. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good story.
I forgot about that. Yeah, we do have great bee stories. Bees are insane.
Yeah. You know, I honestly, almost half of these stories are animal news, and I'm okay with it. I think we got some pretty good ones.
Yeah,
this
I
time.
like those more than the there's a bunch of howler monkeys that got kidnapped.
That is animal
Yeah.
news. That's literally animal news.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I like these kind of animals.
I feel like the howler monkey should take notes from the bees.
Yeah,
You know
yes.
what I mean?
We need the howler monkeys to start fighting, these capuchin monkeys.
Hey, here's something to picture. 250 million howler monkeys.
No.
No,
No. Okay. All right.
I don't want to picture that.
I wonder if that even exists.
I don't.
Probably
Are
not.
there 250? You know, let's find this out after the show.
The
Let's
honey's
keep it rolling.
wherever they escape, the honey is about to be. The honey industry is about to be popping.
This at-home honey.
Yeah.
I think people were out there with just fucking nets, just
Right.
capturing bees.
Yeah.
Like, it's an
Somebody.
investment for
I'm sure
later.
some bee nerds like got psyched about it and was like, this is my time to
There's
shine.
one guy who's so excited about bees, and that's the best day of his life.
Yeah.
Listen to this. Local beekeepers swarmed to help recover, restore, and reset
Yeah.
the hives.
Yeah.
He's
yeah,
like, this is your moment. He probably looked in the mirror. He was like, this is it.
I'm here. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna keep it rolling here. Alex, I think you're gonna enjoy this next one. Why don't you read it?
Oh, Ben Hooper again. He's a favorite here at Behind the Curtain.
Yeah, shout out to Ben Hooper, dude. I couldn't do this without him.
We've read several of Ben Hooper's
Ben
stories.
Hooper's the
I remember this.
I think Ben Hooper's doing his own show, and
Yeah.
I'm just feeding off of that.
Illinois man arrested for throwing water bottle full of urine at police officer. I'm so glad you let me read this one.
Yeah.
Source, UPI, Ben Hooper, June 1st, 2025. Happened 2 days ago. A Peoria man was arrested last night for throwing a soda bottle full of urine out of his car window, hitting a police officer. The man alleges that he didn't intend to hit the police officer, that he was simply cleaning trash from his car. He was still pulled over and arrested by the now soaking cop. The cop had allegedly thrown several other pieces of trash out of his car before hitting the officer. Cleanup crews found beer cans and fast food bags on the I-55 highway, although they may not belong to him. The offender's name has been omitted because his charges are still pending. He will likely face charges for littering and assaulting an officer. I hope it's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, the throwing, I cannot condone littering.
The fact that he
Yeah.
littered at a cop on accident, it's like kind of.
If he had done it on purpose, way cooler.
Yeah.
If he had, and maybe he did, we don't know, right? Maybe because if I hit a cop with a urine bottle, I'm not gonna tell the cop, I think they hit you, like obviously, right? So he still may have done it on purpose, but like I don't condone just throwing your trash out the window. Not cool with that, but I will absolutely make an exception for a water bottle full of piss.
Yeah.
Nailing this cop.
He said it's not the now soaking cop. So that thing popped open when it hit him too.
Bro.
It says that in the news. Now the now soaking cop.
Yeah. It's
See?
it's UPI, our homie Ben Hooper. Is
Yeah. The paragon of professionalism, Ben Hooper.
We've read other articles by this name, Ben Hooper. That doesn't mean it's true.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I hope it is true because that's hilarious. And I'm
It's
so
real.
glad you let me read that one.
It's not that out of the like. I mean, I could see that happening.
It's definitely possible. That's what makes it. That's what makes it not believable, though.
Yeah,
Because Evan's not going to do a story that's completely insane.
Won't die.
I would.
Or he wouldn't.
Wouldn't
Wouldn't
I?
guess it because we're like, that's too crazy. Evan wouldn't make that up.
I would. I would say real. Fuck it.
What's the score at? I
Me.
know I'm
It's
behind.
I think it's still 5-3 Dusty's
Yeah.
lead.
I'm down 2, so I need to start voting against Dusty just to make it, like, try to get my score back up. We're either gonna get my score worse, or I'm gonna be able to build back up. So strategically, it makes sense for me to vote against Dusty.
What do you feel in your heart, Alex?
What do I feel in my heart? I feel like I hope it's true, and I'm gonna say it's false.
Okay.
You said true?
Yeah, I said it was real.
Ladies and gentlemen, this story was false. Sorry, guys, I made this one
Damn,
up.
bro.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, Alex is gaining his lead back.
You were just
Drink for
playing
Dusty.
to my heartstrings. You were playing to my heartstrings. That's what happened. You're like, Alex, this is a story about a cop getting soaked in piss. You'll like this, and you'll want to hear it. And I'm like, okay.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't take your bait.
You didn't take my bait because you were trying to trump Dusty's pick. You
Yeah,
would have
you're
taken
right.
my bait if
You're
Dusty
right.
had been in the lead.
After the fact, I'm saying it was because I thought about it, but in reality, it's because I was trying to catch up.
Fair enough. All right, guys, we're gonna keep it rolling here. Currently, let's go over our scores here. We've got Dusty in the lead with 5 points. Alex trailing behind by 1 at 4 points out of 10. And I think we're down to our final
There's-
3 here.
Yeah, there's only 2 stories left, right?
Our final 2. Correct. Yes. Oh yeah, this
Catch
one.
ya.
You could. I mean, this is the moment of truth.
So we've got this one is. I'll be honest, this one's a little bit of a longer one. This is a story of survival with a lot of twists and turns. Maybe we switch off or something for this one. It's gonna like this one is kind of long.
You read the first page, I'll read the second page.
Third, let's do it. All right. A 700-pound boulder pins Alaska
Pause.
man.
Pause. Hear anybody?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I gotta pee, but
Hey, you wanna take a pee break?
I'll wait. I'll wait.
It could be a minute. You sure you don't want to pee?
Good. You know,
Okay.
let's do a
You know
quick
what?
break in the
Fuck it.
podcast.
You
It's
know
all good.
what? Why don't you take a
Yeah, let's just
Come
pee.
on.
Let's all
Hey,
just
come
go
on,
together.
make yourself
Let's
at
all
home.
pee
That's all right. Well, folks, if you are still tuned in via audio and Neef hasn't edited this out yet, thanks for joining us tonight. We hope you're doing well at home too. So far, Alex and Dusty have been putting on a great show. I'm pretty happy for them.
This episode is brought to you by all those shows we named earlier, like Common Side Effects and King of the Hill.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Free plugs for anybody that we like. So yeah, but this one, we'd like to dedicate this episode to Mike Judge. Thank you, Mike Judge, for everything you do.
Shout out to Mike Judge. And what's the voice actor that died?
Oh, Jonathan Joss. Yeah,
shout
R.I.P.
out to
Jonathan Joss.
This episode's dedicated to Jonathan Joss.
Yes. Dude, you remember we did that episode where one of the members of One Direction died like an hour before we did the episode?
it
That
was
was crazy.
I'm pretty sure it was the Johnny Mac episode, if you're listening. It was like 10 minutes before we got started.
Yeah. It was like I was like just checking my phone for like kicks and giggles, like right before we started. And we found out that one of the members of One Direction had passed.
And
think it
then
kind of- yeah.
last month, in May, the day before we got started, the night before we got started, the fucking Pope died. JD Vance murdered the Pope.
Yes.
Before the last time we did this. The show is cursed. The show is cursed.
Mhm.
So, Dusty, what you missed was one time we were doing this, and 20 minutes before we got started,
Yeah.
one of the guys from One Direction jumped off a roof.
Uh,
And we're like, well, we just missed this. I'm sorry, were you gonna say something?
I was gonna say fell off a roof.
Fell off a roof.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you just brought a conspiracy angle to it. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. My superiors told me to say fall off
Yeah.
a roof. So
Okay.
I think it was Liam Payne.
And then last month, the day before the Pope died,
Yeah.
when we did it. So the show is cursed. So something awful is gonna happen tonight.
Fuck. Well,
Some celebrity is gonna die.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
it's no good.
What celebrity? Let's not get political about it. What celebrity would you have die right now if they could?
Why do I want to?
Yeah. What celebrity?
are you asking us who we wish death upon?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna say Katy Perry. I'm just gonna say it.
none of this is a call to action or any statement of intent, by the way, guys.
Man,
Don't kill
I don't
Katy
even have
Perry.
an
Don't
opinion.
go kill Katy Perry.
Hey, I want to make it really clear. Do not kill Katy Perry.
All right. We got to cool it with this, bro. You're gonna get in trouble. I mean, I'm gonna go with the safety pick, Elon Musk. I'd be.
Sure, I'll
That's-
take that one.
that's a
Actually,
safety
I
pick,
changed
yeah.
my answer. I'm gonna agree with you.
Yeah.
I used to like him. Now I don't.
I like everyone hates him. Dude, we were talking about this earlier. He's like Rick and Morty, bro. He's just become like so fucking goofy. I can't handle it. All right, guys. What do you say we keep on moving with the news here?
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's just keep it going. A 700-pound boulder pins Alaska man face down in a glacier creek for 3 hours. This one comes to us from the AP again. This one, the author is Mark Thiessen, and it comes from May 29, 2025. An Alaska man who was pinned face down in an icy creek by a 700-pound boulder for 3 hours survived the ordeal with only minor injuries, thanks in part to his wife's quick thinking and lots of luck. Kel Morris, 61, said he realizes he is probably the luckiest man alive. Quote, and luckier that I have such a great wife, he said Thursday. A wife guy. His wife, Jo Roop, is a retired Alaska state trooper. They moved to Seward, about 120 miles south of Anchorage, from Idaho last fall when she took her job with the local police department. Last Saturday, they wanted to avoid the big crowds that converge on the Kenai Peninsula community during holidays and decided to hike near Godwin Glacier on an isolated and undeveloped trail behind a state prison, Seward Fire Chief Clinton Kreitz said. Their trail was actually a rocky creek bed lined with large boulders deposited by the glacier. Morris said he noticed the dangerous boulders, some weighing up to 1,000 pounds, along the banks of the creek and avoided them the best he could, until he ran into an area he couldn't pass. Quote, I was coming back and everything. The whole side slid out from under me, he said. Then he immediately felt the boulder hit his back in what Kreitz described as, quote, basically an avalanche of boulders.
Jeez.
The way Morris landed, there were rocks under him, in between his legs and around him that carried the weight, or that caught the weight of the boulder, preventing him from being crushed, Kreitz said. But the massive rocks still had him pinned, and Morris felt intense pain in his left leg and waited for his femur to snap. I'll keep going for one or two more. His wife tried to free him for about 30 minutes, putting rocks under the boulder and trying to roll it off him before she left to find a cell signal. Amazingly, she only had to walk about 300 yards to connect with 911 and relied on her law enforcement experience to send exact GPS coordinates to dispatch. Want to jump in, Dusty?
A volunteer at the neighboring Bear Creek Fire Department heard the call while working on a sled dog tourism operation and diverted the helicopter used to ferry tourists to the scene. Ultimately, firefighters who couldn't navigate their all-terrain vehicles over the boulder field jumped out of the helicopter. By this time, Morris was hypothermic from the cold water running off the glacier, Kreitz said, and his wife was holding his head out of the water. The firefighters used 2 airbags normally reserved to extract people from wrecked vehicles to slightly lift the boulder. But then it just became an all-hands brute force of 1, 2, 3 push, Kreitz said, and 7 guys were able to lift it enough to pull the victim out. An Alaska National Guard helicopter lifted them out of the creek bed with a rescue basket. Morris spent 2 nights at the local hospital for observation, but walked away unscathed. I fully anticipated a body recovery, not him walking away without a scratch on him, Kreitz said. Damn, dog.
Dude, could you imagine that? Getting pinned under a 700-pound boulder and walking away from it unscathed?
What? Okay, so I've had a few shots. What part of him got stuck under the boulder?
His left leg.
So that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I mean, it just depends. Like, it depends on the position that it fell. You know what I mean? It's
It's-
like,
it could have been so much worse.
and it's like, how hard was the dirt underneath? It's like, were you just stuck, or was because if the ground was really hard and the rock was really hard, you don't have a leg. But if it's
Yeah.
like, if it was possible for the rock to just push your leg down into the ground because it was soft enough, I mean, it's believable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How long was he stuck?
3 hours.
I believe it.
Hold on. Let me read the quote. The way Morris landed, there were rocks under him, in between his legs and around him, that caught the weight of the boulder, preventing him from being crushed. But the massive rock still had him pinned, and Morris felt intense pain in his left leg and waited for his femur to snap. Dude, I mean, just imagine that feeling of having a rock on you being like, my leg is going to break.
This
Like, at
is a
some
guy
point.
who's
That's
used to
fucking crazy.
nature, knows the situation.
He's like
he's
Steve
in.
Irwin, dude.
His wife is a former law enforcement officer. Like these are professionals. He knows the situation he's in. That's why he's waiting for his femur to snap. Because he understands the position.
Yeah.
This happened.
Going to the
Yeah,
true
I'm
on this
saying
one?
true. I mean, you could have just did a really good job, but I'm saying true.
Okay.
True's down the board. For the folks at home, this story was true. Congratulations to this guy that survived. That was Kel Morris, the
Good job,
luckiest man
Cal.
alive.
Good
Yeah,
job.
good for him, man.
Good job, dog.
And shout out to his wife for
Cow and the
helping him out
bees.
in an otherwise fatal position.
Yeah.
Because I mean, whether it broke his leg or not, he would have died there. Or what? You remember that guy? There was a guy who got stuck in a ravine. They made a movie about it.
127 hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's brutal. That guy got stuck with his arm pinned and had to. No one was coming because he goes out like that all the time, and he had to cut his own arm off, right?
Yeah, with a penknife.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was a
Brutal.
James Franco movie. I remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was brutal. I mean, that would have been that guy if he didn't have someone there with him.
Luckily, his cool wife was there. So.
Shout out to this dude and his cool wife.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. We got one more story here, guys. This one's actually a local story.
This is real.
It's
I just
local.
saw it. Here, I'll read it because I already.
Yeah, you think this one's real?
I mean, okay, we'll see. We'll see. All right. Escaped zebra causes chaos on Tennessee highway, flees into woods. Authorities in Tennessee are searching for a pet zebra that escaped from its owner's home and went for a run on the highway. The Rutherford County Sheriff's Office said on social media that the zebra arrived at its new home Friday and escaped less than 24 hours later. The striped equine, is that the word? Equine. The striped equine caused chaos on Interstate 24 near Joe B. Jackson Parkway in Rutherford County, where it was seen running through traffic on both sides of the highway. Deputies closed the interstate in both directions, but the zebra escaped into a nearby wooded area. The search for the zebra continued Sunday, but the animal remained accounted for Monday morning. Zebras are legal to be kept as pets in Tennessee without any special permits. So first of all, I was trying to have fucking band practice while this shit was going down. And my guitar player was like, dude, fuck your band practice. Let's go find that zebra. And I was just like, if the zebra's on the loose and no one's found him, then why would we be able to find him? We're not zebra hunters.
You lasso
Um,
lasso a fucking zebra.
my thing is from what I understand is the zebra didn't escape from its owner's home. It escaped from like a zoo or some shit. But I don't know. Like, I mean, it depends what you mean by owner's home. I don't know. I know the story's true, but I don't know if these like the details of the story are true. You know what I mean? I mean, motherfuckers been talking about that zebra. People have been talking about it. I don't know.
First, I've heard of it.
Yeah.
First I've heard
Really?
of it.
You haven't heard about it?
Yeah.
No, so the zebra definitely got loose. I think it's in Murfreesboro.
Let me derail real quick because I just remembered a story I didn't bring up earlier that did happen. A man in Laverne was found dead, shot in his car.
By a zebra.
By a zebra. Yeah.
No, that sucks. I mean, was there any details about the man? Or?
Completely unrelated.
What
to
did he
this
say to
story.
the zebra?
A man was shot at the zebra. Completely unrelated to this.
Well, what did he say to
Different
the
zebra.
zebra? Was he talking shit to the zebra? Or?
Yeah, I think so. Probably. That's what I would infer from it. Is he probably
Yeah.
deserved it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
zebraphobia.
Yeah.
Hate
It's
crime.
because he was half black, half white.
Yeah, yeah. Probably same guy who killed fucking King of the Hill guy.
Oh my god.
It was the same guy.
Yeah, he's just a hater at this point.
This fucking zebra, dude.
What if the King of the Hill guy was killed by a zebra too?
This zebra needs to be put down. Is all I know.
Yeah, he needs to chill.
They need to stop this zebra.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, fuck,
I'm
man.
gonna let you go first.
Oh, dude. The thing is, I wasn't paying attention. I had band practice on my mind. I could have sworn that the zebra escaped from the zoo. The thing is the zoo is in like Antioch, Nashville area, and I was in Murfreesboro. And I don't know, but it kind of felt like they were saying that the zebra was loosened somewhere in Murfreesboro. So the thing is like the story's true, but it is possible that maybe you change the details again.
Dude, doesn't this story go harder as you drink?
Yeah, no, this is really difficult for me right now.
It's hard, I know.
yeah.
I know.
Man, I don't even care. That's the answer. I
I
don't
You gotta
fucking care,
pick.
dude.
Gotta
Give
pick
it
one, bro.
for the zebra. I hope the zebra finds whatever he's looking for.
You have to choose, and I'm voting after you because I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why too. Because I'm 1 point behind you.
Yeah,
So I have to say whatever you're not saying.
that's real.
I have to vote whatever you're
Well,
not
then
saying.
we would just tie.
Yeah. Well, we either
So
tie.
you're not gonna win, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. Either way, I tie or I lose.
Yeah, we tie
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
I
yeah,
win.
yeah. All right, fine. Fuck it. I say this story is.
I'll say true.
Okay, you're gonna truth from Dusty.
Guess you gotta say false. Yeah,
Yeah, I am.
Guess you gotta say
Yeah,
false,
yeah. I'm gonna
Alex.
say false. I'm gonna say false on no other reason than to contradict Dusty.
Ladies and gentlemen, this story was 100% true. That's right. Nice
Well
job,
done.
Dusty.
Well done. That
Wow.
puts Dusty 2 points ahead. I think.
Yeah, I win.
Yep, that gives Dusty a solid 7 points out of 10, and Alex a 5 points out of 10. That being our final scores for the game.
Holy shit.
So just so you know, I've lost every single one
Really?
of these games except one. Except one.
Who'd you beat?
Who did I beat? Was it Connor?
It was either Connor or Rob. Or not Rob, sorry.
Rob South.
Maybe Johnny. Nah, he hasn't been on yet. It might have been Johnny
I think it
Mack.
was Connor Spillane. I think I beat, wasn't it? By like 1 point. By like 1 point.
I can find out. Hold on.
Literally everyone else I've lost to.
Damn.
Oh, hold on. Let me pull up a picture of the escaped zebra for the folks.
I'm really bad at this game.
They have a picture of him, but they couldn't find him? It must have been when he was still.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's insane that a zebra got out.
CCTV footage of it.
How insane is that a zebra got out there?
What I think is insane is that they didn't get the zebra. It's a fucking zebra.
Oh, wait a minute. I must have missed that. It's still out?
Yeah, it's still on the run. They didn't actually catch it.
You're telling me this
How?
zebra's
Oh,
still out
they
there?
they gotta not be trying to catch this fucking zebra.
Or someone got it, like your bandmate was talking about. Someone got the zebra.
Or I mean that's real.
Someone
That's true.
got this zebra.
All right, for
That's a
everyone. Here,
cul-de-sac.
look at that, dude. It's straight up in like a residential neighborhood. That's fucking
Fucking
crazy.
insane.
So also, they mentioned in the story, this was a dude who owned the zebra like private. This is just some guy that bought
That's
the zebra.
just two people in a costume at this point.
Oh, you guys want to see a picture of it on the highway?
It's
Look at
not even a real
He's
fucking
just a
zebra.
guy.
That's just a dude and two dudes in a suit.
What?
That's amazing.
I mean, it's a beautiful zebra.
this. It's a good looking animal.
He's got his ass looks like a watermelon.
We gotta find this thing.
Yeah, that watermelon ass zebra.
That zebra's making me feel pain. Oh my God.
Wow. So I
Well
win.
done, Dusty.
What do I get?
Nice.
You get to drink more if you want. It's not hard.
So
to
that's
beat
what
me
I
at
get
this
if I
game.
lose or I win.
It's not hard to
Yeah.
beat me at this game. It's only hard to beat Evan at this game.
Man.
Yeah, I think, well, technically, I'm going to say from here on out, you got to score a majority correct to beat me. Dusty beat me. You didn't. Sorry.
You know what's
Oh,
funny
Dusty,
is
you
my
know?
roommate
Dusty got
gives me
7 out of 10
shit.
correct.
My
That's
roommate,
awesome.
my roommate gives me shit all the time because we talk about conspiracies and stuff. And she's like, you just believe anything. You'll believe anything that you see on social media. And it's like, I don't though. She just don't get it. But I'm gonna use this on my resume next time she starts talking shit. I'm gonna be like, hey,
I'm glad we gave you
we
some.
played a fake news game and I fucking beat everybody.
I'm glad you got some ammunition now. Because
Yeah.
you beat me.
Yeah.
You beat Evan.
Mhm.
You won behind the curtain. We gotta
That's right.
have you on again soon because you're an all-star, man.
Cool.
And who
Good.
did I beat? Was it Connor?
Oh, yeah.
I
Sorry.
think
I'm
Connor's
actually found
literally
this.
the only person.
Pretty sure it was Connor.
And only by like 1 point.
It was close. Oh wait, dude, you had when we did the one with Taylor and Jonah, you beat Jonah by half a point. I remember that.
Okay.
What's half? What's that?
It was
We had
yeah.
a special ruling because there was a picture that we did think was real. And we're like, the picture's real.
But the
The
story's
story's not. And Evan's
So-
like, all right, fuck it. You can give half a point.
Okay.
And so like by a technicality,
Yeah.
I beat Jonah. Barely.
Okay.
Barely. And lost to Taylor.
Yeah.
So like, because sometimes we have two guests.
Yeah.
So I like by a technicality beat one of them and lost to the other one. That was last month.
Mhm.
But we did a 420 special
Yeah.
with Connor.
You won that one.
That
Correct.
beat
You won that by
I'm
1
pretty
point.
sure I batted 100 for that one, right?
Damn.
Close. I think you got 9 out of. Let's see.
What did I get? 7?
You got 7 out of 10. Which is
No,
good.
that's not
Well
bad.
done.
That's like
Well done for your first
that's a
time.
C
sir. That
or
was
a
great.
B minus.
I'm so bad at this game. I think it's actually perfect though. If I was good at this game, it wouldn't be
Yeah.
as funny.
It's training for the internet.
Oh, there were like 13, 14, 15 articles. Yeah, there were a lot of articles in the 420 special. But you still got 9 of them right, which is pretty solid. So you beat me too on that one. Well, guys, we want to say thank you so much for tuning in to Behind the Curtain this week. We'll probably kind of end it here. You guys got anything else you want to plug before we part ways and say goodbye to the audience here?
Not me. We got another episode coming out tomorrow or the day after. If you're watching this live, I guess this is a little sneak preview. We're having the Red and the Red. They're a really awesome band. They're playing Thursday at Basement. I think. Double check. And you don't have to double check.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all I got to plug. And then July
No.
9th
Yeah.
at the Underdog,
Yeah. The release world.
the release world.
Woe is already out. I'm gonna re-release it with new album art because I spelled woe wrong. I don't.
That's how I spell world too.
The way that I spelled it.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the H at the end.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I know what you're talking about though. WHOA is another way.
that's
to
the
spell it.
way. So
If you say
I
so.
released it and Anastasia didn't know, and she wrote "woe" on all the props, and we put it up on the Underdog, and I was
That's
like, "That's not how I
hilarious.
spell it," and she was like, "That's how I wrote it on every prop." She like made a jacket and everything, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Wow.
So now I had to go through back to
that's
distribution,
so funny.
re-change everything, and now I need new album art. So I'm gonna re-release the song and spell it right. Yeah.
Dude, that's so funny.
You
Because
can-
I spell it
yeah.
the same way you do.
Yeah, I
That's
mean, I like that.
hilarious.
It looks cool.
Either way, honestly, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter.
Well,
I
it's
don't-
not a real word. Like technically, if you Google it, it both spelling like Anastasia was right, but I wasn't wrong. But it
Okay.
basically is how that
You're
word
both right.
works. Well, she's right. That's how you spell the word. But it says alternative spelling, I guess. So I don't know.
I would've
It's
spelled
out.
it the same way you did. But anyway, well,
It's out.
Yeah.
You can stream it. You can press the play button, turn the volume down, and just put it on repeat, and I'll make 5 fucking cents. So
Release Whoa, July 9th, Brother Dusty.
yeah,
Dusty's awesome. If you don't know, then you need to ask somebody.
Come on.
Because Brother Dusty's the shit. It's gonna be a sick show. Lots of different music. Be there. I'll be there.
And Dusty, your song is streaming on all platforms?
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Great song. I love it.
All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're going to call it here, guys. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for playing along at home, and we'll catch you next month.
Wow. A one.